And I wanted to start with you, Dizzy, to be fair. United, of course, just before the international break kicked in, 2 last-minute goals. The first time in our club's history to score 2 goals in time added on to win a game in the Premier League, that is. Picked up the 3 points that are really important. But how key is it that Man United get the job done late on Saturday night against Sheffield United, considering that the Manchester derby is the next Premier League game? Is it it's a game that we should win, but is it also a game where there's a bit of pressure because it's an absolute must-win?
I'm not going to lie, we're on a run of must-win games for at least, I think minus the City game, we're on a run of must-win games damn near every week at this point. But this is a problem with setting yourself so far back in the season, dropping so many points so early on, that if you really want to be in conversations for anything meaningful, you have to be going damn near flawless or picking up wins on a very consistent basis. Obviously, it's Sheffield, so you would expect to pick those wins up. But then again, it's United. And with United, bro, you just never know what you're going to get. One week we're great. One game we're amazing. The next game we play like we just met each other. So, yeah, but I would say it's a must-win. I would just say it's a must-win for sure.
Saturday, 8 o'clock, Terry. Everyone's eyes are going to be on Manchester United after that Arsenal-Chelsea game, and they're just going to be waiting for you guys to drop points.
Sheffield United haven't won a game. Haven't won a game. The script is already there. The script is ready.
This is the same team that Newcastle just pumped 8-0.
Exactly.
Haven't been on a good run of form. I don't think they've won a game. Damn. I think it's.
Well, I mean, hey, look, hold on. Let's slow down. I mean, yes, we're trash, but come on, let's not act like we're just gonna be handing out wins to these, because the same thing was said of Burnley and we beat them. So I would expect.
Yeah, but how convincing was that?
Just beat them.
Like you beat Burnley, just like it wasn't.
The 3 points is the 3. I always say at the end of the day, all that matters is the 3 points. When we were on a losing streak, my thing was it doesn't matter how you play if you don't win in the end. So I would expect us to win whatever the case may be, and I'd expect us to pick up some sort of confidence. I think we're going to be on a bit of a decent run up until about Christmas. I'm going to say it now.
I hope so. Gal, you made that point. Do you think Man United will slip up this weekend?
I think it's just this is an opportunity for if I'm not mistaken, Sheffield United have an opportunity now to get some confidence going into this game because they see a team that's vulnerable. They see a team that is a top team, and usually they wouldn't match up well against you guys. But because you guys are so vulnerable, after coming off a break where your team has had a poor start to the season, this is probably the best time Sheffield United could play you. And this is what a lot of teams in the league will look at. So this is why I'm saying Sheffield United, their confidence going to this game is going to be based off the fact that you guys are such a mess. And they haven't been that good themselves. But I think they'd rather face you than any other team out of the top 6 right now. So that's why I'm giving them so much confidence. I'm not saying they're going to guarantee smash you guys, but seeing how you guys performed against Nottingham Forest, how you performed against the team you played the last game where it took a last-minute winner, why not? Why can't Sheffield United get something from this game? Anyone can beat anyone in the Premier League, and they're at home. So
confident is confident.
Stars 8 o'clock Saturday night after the Arsenal-Chelsea game. Everyone tune in. Man United is going to lose.
Put money on it.
Whoa.
I don't gamble. I don't gamble.
Oh, okay.
But confident is just too big a word in my opinion. Like, cool, Sheffield United, they look at Man United's form and it's like, oh, they're crap, they're this or they're that, they ain't playing good football. But this is Man United. They got good play. They got good plays in their team.
1 second.
I think we're ignoring the biggest point though.
When you're on a good run, when you're on a poor run, weird things happen. We've seen it with Arsenal. When you're on a poor run, weird things happen. It happened with Chelsea just a couple weeks ago. They were at home and they lost to lesser teams.
This is the first time I think in quite a long time where every single championship team that's come up hasn't been good. Like, I guarantee every single club, one of our clubs should be taking maximum 18 points. So they should be taking 18 points from them because their quality of the teams aren't just. They're not like Nottingham Forest last time.
I hear your point, Igal, that Man United are on a bad run, and I think you're right to say Sheffield United out of the top 6 would probably pick us as the team they'd most like to play out of that top 6. But we're not the team in the Premier League they'd pick the most out of considering the other 19 teams. And you speak about our poor run of form. Sheffield United this season have played 9 games in all competitions, lost 8, and drawn one of them. So you're predicting a Sheffield United win based on our form, but what about Sheffield United form of 8 defeats from 9 games?
That's even worse for you, Terry.
What?
You break their
do you even remember that game that they drew? It was literally Fotheringham saving their asses.
No, but this is what I mean. This is why I'm saying it's even more written in the stars. Because whenever I hear those kind of records, Terry, I get worried for my team. And you're saying it in a way where you're giving them props. I think that's more worrying. I think the fact that they've been this poor up until this point, this could give them the confidence to actually try to stay up this season, beating another United team.
Are you projecting or actually predicting?
I'm predicting based off what I've seen and how I've seen it happen to my team before. I've seen it happen to Liverpool a couple years ago when they're on that poor run where they lost a bunch of home games. I've seen it to Chelsea. I'm just saying I've seen this story before, and I'm predicting it based on what I've seen before. And this is
United won last time. United won their last game.
I get that.
Circumstances.
I get that.
Isn't that the best?
So hand on heart, you think Sheffield's gonna win? Hand on heart.
Bro, I think Sheffield United is going to give it an upset. Even if they draw, it's an upset. But I think they can win.
I think it's interesting what they're going to do, though, because Ten Hag now has big decisions to make, whether McTominay starts this game or not. And sometimes last-minute winners cause problems. And I think the way United won the last game has caused more problems than it would have. Like, you know what?
And it's going to be available.
I like this.
Hang on, just one at a time. Alex, again, Man United win a game in the last minute, and it's the first time I've ever heard winning a game described as problematic. I get where you're coming from. Just to give team news, Casemiro is out of the game. He hasn't come back from Brazil. He's got a very minor injury. So the club have said, just don't fly with it, stay there and come back soon. So he'll be back in the next 5 to 10 days. So Amrabat, Reguilon is in full training again, so it looks like Amrabat will play in that 6th role as an example. I actually think Scott McTominay coming in wouldn't be a bad idea, considering the sort of physicality of a Sheffield United team as an example. It's all about the right-hand side for me. I think Anthony will end up starting this game, there's no doubt. My worry is playing Mason Mount in a slightly deeper role. But then having said that, you don't need 2 deep line midfielders against Sheffield United. We can push Mason Mount much higher up the pitch because I don't see them being overly attacking in this game, personally, having watched 3 or 4 of their matches already. So, yeah, look, there are some big decisions. The Scott McTominay one isn't a huge one for me. It was going to be about Casemiro and Rashford, our 2 players that have been the most out of form. And I suppose Casemiro is out, so it becomes a non-talking point. But Rory, should Marcus Rashford, who had a decent game against Italy the other night, scored his goal, should he be dropped after the poor United performances? Or do you think starting against a team like Sheffield United is a great opportunity for him to maybe score some goals and really get his confidence back?
Yeah, I think you've got to start him, right? I think he's such a confidence player. That goal against Italy, you'd hope, should give him a bit of confidence. You then get Sheffield United, where, again, you should score or have plenty of opportunities. So I feel like now is at least an opportunity to kickstart Rashford's season, which has been poor. I don't really see how dropping him helps at all if you're looking at like the rest of the season, unless you think Garnacho is going to come in and kick on and be your starting left winger all season, which I don't think he's ready for. I think it would be a mistake to drop Rashford.
Really quickly, if I may, the revisionism on Scott McTominay to me this past 2 weeks has been nothing short of hilarious to me.
Give him some credit, man. Give him some
No. Because when he was starting, every Rivals fan said, how is this guy getting so many games at United so consistently? He is trash. He hides behind players. He doesn't know how to forward pass. This was the general consensus. Everybody had it. This was the understanding. He scores 2 late winners. Now it's disrespectful that he has been on the bench for so long. He should have been starting games.
You want to know what it is? You want to know what it is? When you have an out-of-body experience and you turn into Kaka for 2 minutes, these things happen.
Did he turn into Kaka really though?
What I'm saying is, Igal has done this himself. So Igal, again, like the Man United prediction, speaking for experience, because I was with Igal in person in the studio, the old studio in London. New one coming soon, by the way, people. It's going to look amazing. And Eddie Nketiah scored 2 goals away, ironically, at Chelsea. And Igal did something, and I saw through it. I didn't call him out, but me and Colleen had a little giggle when he went to the toilet. Not in a horrible way, friendly way. Igal's my boy. where he was like, "Do you guys?" There's a lot of people online saying that maybe these goals will kick Eddie Nketiah onto another level for us. And what I read or what I heard from that situation was, I think this might kick him onto another level, but I don't want to make it my opinion. So I'm saying I'm seeing it on Twitter. We all kind of do that a little bit at times. And you are right. The revisionism around McTominay is crazy.
Yeah.
What I will say in defense of him is that I do think he's far more effective in a more forward role.
Absolutely.
Yes, Terry.
What's even crazy about it with Scotland is Scotland were playing him at centre back a couple of years ago. Like people like Jose did that. Scotland did it. We've tried playing him as a DM. He's never been that. By the way, he's never going to be KDB in an attacking midfield role or an Odegaard or anybody like that. But where I think he could be impactful for us is an option from the bench and exactly the way he was used at the weekend. You bring him on with 20 minutes to go if you need a goal, or even if you're winning and you want someone to hold the ball up a little bit, you know, a bit of physicality in there. And he's got a decent strike on him. And I think he's the kind of person that could chip in with 5 to 10 goals a campaign across all competitions. But you are right, Dizzy. The revisionism. I actually saw someone on TalkSport say, I don't know when he's going to get his Man United chance. Like, I literally heard that said.
Hasn't he played like 100 games?
Yes.
Well, I want to.
Yeah, he's played a lot of games.
I'm going to hazard a guess here, and I'm going to say he's played at least 150. It could be even more for Man United.
You're
I'm gonna
describing
check
it
now.
basically as
You got to
Fellaini.
remember, he's 26 years old, nearly 27. How many games he played for us? See,
He
it was
is
more than I
Fellaini.
thought. It was 215 games for Man
yeah.
United.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? It's he's not had a
Good
chance,
on
and he's nearly 27. It's like when people talk about Lingard and Loftus-Cheek like they're still kids. Like he
Yeah.
is. He is what he is. He's never going to be any better than this. But I think maybe now at 26, they've found a role that works where you throw him on in an attacking midfield role, just off the striker, if you need a goal. And he might come up trumps at the end of the day. Like
2011, 2012 Fellaini right there. Just saying that. There's a reason why David Moyes
Essentially.
wanted him.
Essentially.
No, it happened to us last year when Reece Nelson scored a goal. People were saying, should he start over Saka as jokes? Like, we know he's not going to start over Saka, but people are going to say these things.
yeah, strange. Yeah, it's a very strange one. In terms of the game, how do you think it's going to go, Dizzy? Score predictions on Man United, Sheffield United, or Sheffield United, Man United?
I'm going to say I think we're going to smoke them, to be honest. I think it's going to be, I don't know, it's not really a determinant on how the rest of the weeks are going to go, but I think we smoke Sheffield. I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1. How about yourself, Ram?
I don't see Sheffield United scoring, in my opinion. I think they're just going to try and defend as much as possible. I think it might be 3-0.
Like that, Rory?
1-1 set piece goal from Sheffield, 90th minute equaliser from United.
I feel ill even thinking about it. Alex, what you saying, mate?
We're saying 4-0. Mason Mount breaks his duck. This is his level of competition.
I hope so. Igal, what you going with, brother?
Since I already said it, I'm going to keep it consistent. Sheffield United get their first win of the season. Let's go. It's going to be a good one.
What's the score though?
I'm going to go 2-1. Scrappy 2-1.
So they've scored
Scrappy.
7 goals all season, but they're going to score 2 this weekend.
Bro, have you seen your defense?
Do you know what? Their best games have been against big teams, though. Like, they were drawing into, the 89th minute against City, and they were winning
That
until
City one's a bit of a fugazi. City should have scored that like 7 goals in that game.
What about
Yeah,
Tottenham?
but Spurs, they were winning
Spurs,
until the 97th minute or something. So, big games, they step up.
It's an interesting one. Like they've held on. That's my biggest worry is if they can hold on. Listen, they're in the Premier League. They have the lowest amount. One of the lowest amounts of possession, around 38%. They only average 8 shots per game away from home, by the way. At home, it's a little bit higher at 9 as an example, but the possession is even lower at 35%. They've only scored 3 goals at home all year. Yeah, I'm going with a Sheffield United win 2-1. I think Man United will win. I think we will win. I would love us to, as you say, Dizzy, smoke them. I'm not convinced we will, but Man United actually need that. Man United need a game where they actually score a few goals early, see it out to start building that confidence, because that's a big issue. But we will see what has happened. Viewers, please.